What's going on, Harlem? I'm John.
And I'm Sydney, and this is HNN.
This is HNN, starring Jacob H., Brett S., Keanu C., Emily B., Chase E., John W., Taylor K., and Maddie P.
Sydney, how are your classes going for you this year?
Well, they're going good, but there's a few I wish I didn't take.
You know, you should have looked into some of the more interesting electives we have here at Harlem.
Like what?
Check it out.
Harlem is a great school, and sometimes we take for granted all the diversity we have here. There are so many classes at Harlem that many other schools don't have. It's time for us, as students, to appreciate what we have. Harlem is one of the few schools that offer any culinary classes further than basic foods. Culinary is a great opportunity to advance your culinary skills and open your eyes to a future in the restaurant business. Certain kids are chosen to be on the culinary team to compete against other schools. In the class, food is graded by skill, taste, and appearance. It's a hands-on experience that anyone would love.
I think culinary is a really good class to take because it gets you to interact with other people, and it's not like it's a class that you'll never use. You're always going to need to know how to cook. It's a life skill that should be taught in school.
Forensic science is an awesome class to take here at Harlem. Fingerprinting, blood work, and blood spatters are just a few of the activities of this class. The final is even a murder, and you have to figure out who the killer is.
My favorite part for forensic science is probably the fact that we are doing a crime scene investigation lab. So we go through and we draw everything that's in the crime scene and talk about the measurements and how they would actually do it in an actual crime scene. And I think it's really interesting because we get to see all the hard work that people go through in order to figure out the crimes.
Another great class that Harlem has to offer is our schools class. This class is an experience to have fun with kids in a real classroom environment. For anybody looking to have a future with children, this is a class you need to take.
Going through this class is like student teaching. It's like a step before college. And you actually get up in front of the class and actually teach a lesson plan that you have made yourself. It's just a really good experience working with kids.
Now it's our turn to take advantage of the classes at Harlem. We have so many fun classes here, so there's no need to be bored. Make your schedules the way you want them, Harlem.
If anyone is interested in any of those classes, be sure to see your counselor as soon as possible so they can change your classes before they are finalized.
Perfect. Well, John, how's your year going?
Alright, it's getting harder with sports starting up now.
Well, it used to be easier when our start time were sooner because athletes were given a break between school and sports. In fact, many students still wish we had earlier start times than we already do. Take a look.
A controversial topic at Harlem in the past 5 years has been the start times. Harlem changes start times from 7:30 to 8:50. Students have been critical of the start times because of how late we get out. One of the problems has been getting a job after school. We interviewed Clint Nelson on the issue.
Well, I have to be at work at 4:20 every day, so with school getting out at 3:47, I'm forced to have to change before to be able to be ready to go to work. It's a 20-minute drive to work, so to get there on time, I'm forced to change here at school. I mean, despite what studies have shown with having later start times, I believe that earlier start times were beneficial in the past when we did have them. For those who are involved in extracurriculars, sports, and even jobs like myself, and rigorous and time-consuming classes, it just is so much to do in one evening with getting out of school at 3:47. To be able to have that start time start a little bit earlier, it's going to allow us students to do everything that we're told that we're supposed to do or that we're recommended for college to do in a more, I don't know, a better time frame for us to be able to do all that.
Another issue with the start times is after-school events such as sports or clubs. We interviewed track star Jacob Smith about his opinion.
I'd rather get out earlier.
Why?
Because when you get out of practice like 6:30, 7 o'clock, you don't have very much time to eat and spend time with family or friends, and then you got to do homework on top of that, so it'd just be better to get out earlier. And then, I mean, after you get done eating, you got to do your homework, and by then it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
When asked, 60% of students want to start earlier, 20% of students want to start later, and 20% of students want school start times to stay the same. So the students want the earlier start times. What do the principals think?
Sports and other extracurricular activities, I think because we get out so late, that actually discourages some kids from actually participating in not only things at school, but even getting jobs. And so that's where I am with that. Just from my experience, I think that just scheduling athletic events, like I said before, just being involved. I think anytime students can get out earlier than what we do now, just to be involved, to have opportunities to work, to be in the community, and then to be at home at an appropriate time to do homework, I think is a great thing.
Yarborough does make a good point, but the research shows that starting schools after 8:30 closer to when the students' biological clocks are ready for learning can make a real difference in how much knowledge a teenager acquires throughout the day. We looked into Nick 10 schools' start times and ACT scores. Belvedere, ACT 19.2, start time 7:55. Freeport, ACT 19.2, their start time 7:30. Belvedere North, ACT 19.9, their start time 7:55. Honega, ACT 22.6, start time 7:55. Boylan, 24.3, start time 8. And Harlem, ACT 20.1, and their start time 8:55. After further investigation, this seems to not be true in the Nick 10. Schools that started closer to 8 a.m. had a higher ACT score. But Harlem, don't worry, the rumors might be true that the start times might change next year.
Well, we haven't officially made that decision yet, but we are looking at just different proposals, different things, and I think again it's going to work. If we do start earlier, I think the student body will appreciate that. I would love to hear from the student body and what their thoughts are, with start times and end times, and because whenever you make a decision like this, it's going to affect a lot of people, especially our kids and our teachers, and we want to make sure that whatever decision we make is a decision that's best for everybody.
We want to hear from you. Tweet us at HN1314 #StartTimes to tell us what you think.
Well, believe it or not, there is a world outside of Harlem.
Like the local businesses around the Rockford area.
Backyard Bar and Grill is one of Harlem's biggest sponsors. Here's more on Backyard Bar and Grill.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm Trayden.
And we're going to Backyard today.
We're going to figure out what Backyard really does for our community and for our school.
And we're also going to figure out what Backyard really is.
And we're going to find out what is the best meal to get when you go there.
All right, let's go. This is our drive to Backyard. All right.
Let's raid.
I knew you were gonna come to me.
I love food, I love food, I love food,
It'll take you 8 minutes and 32 seconds to get there. We have some teachers / coaches talking about who is Rich and what Rich does at Backyard for the Harlem community.
Rich has been very community involved ever since he opened up his own restaurant chain. He helps not only Harlem School District, helps St. Bridget's, helps the Humane Society, and various other organizations, including local food pantries.
We now have the owner of Backyard, Rich, here with us right now.
Backyard has been around for 17 years. We just had our 17th anniversary in November, and this was our first location. We have 2 other locations, but this Loves Park location was the very first one that we established. I had been in the restaurant business pretty much my whole life. Had worked for a lot of, shouldn't say a lot, but a few other chain restaurants before that. I had moved to Rockford in Rockford area in 1981 when I opened up the Applebee's on East State Street.
Backyard's grill uses a firewood grill to cook all their items.
This is where all the magic happens.
Class cabin fever, 5-hour layovers from Norway to Egypt. I'm to the point like the pyramids of Giza. Still I'm to the left like the tower out in Pisa. I'm feeling single, baby, I could use a feature. Swagger like Caesar, I get you a visa. We can go to Italy and maybe see the Colosseum. I'll be Da Vinci if you be my Mona Lisa and I smile. So pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Tell me how you feel, what's your fantasy?
Now we're going to figure out what are people's favorite foods.
My favorite item is the chicken wings.
Desert fire pasta with andouille sauce.
Mash burger. It's on a pretzel bun. It's a burger with mashed potatoes and gravy on it.
Right. So we went to Backyard and we had a lot to think about.
We thought about the atmosphere, the food, the general area, just how good Backyard is.
What would you rate it?
I'd rate it a 5 stars.
Me too.
This week we have something special on the program.
A musical guest.
Here to debut his new hit single, Mr. Nice Wonder, with Hero.
Would you write? Would you write? If I asked you to write? If I asked you to write? Would you read? Would you read? And never stop? And never stop. Would you try? Would you try? If you saw me trying, if you saw me trying, and would you save our school today? Today.
And would you let me make up that quiz? Or would you let me? Oh, please tell me yes. And I might fail, but I want to pass. Please let me stay after tonight.
What can be your hero, baby? I can teach you where your pain, and I will stand by you forever. I will never let you stray.
I swear that you always have time. Or would you lie? Would you run and hide?
Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? I'll be there for you tonight. What can be your hero, baby? I can teach you where your pain, and I will stand by you forever. I will never let you stray. And I can be your hero, and I will stand by you forever. and I can be your hero too. And I will be right here forever. You can take that quiz today.
Well, that's the show, Harlem.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel, Harlem News Network, for past shows.
And be sure to follow our Twitter page at @HNN1314 for updates on what to expect around Harlem this week.
Have a good weekend, Harlem.
All